Yes, there are we again with a new Workplace Ninja podcast. And this time again over an actual topic. What topic do we have?
Something with ASR rules.
ASR rules? Yeah, that's our next presentation. But
yeah, that's true. ASRmaggedon.
What's that?
The subject.
We have.
I think we had a small issue on Friday the 13th, and a lot of people.
January 2023.
Yeah, so very recent. It's almost a month ago, a little bit more than a month ago, and a lot of people had a lot of headaches, and they had to work all weekend to fix some things which was broken.
Happened, yeah. And before we dive into that, we invited Erik Loef, also member of the Workplace Ninja Netherlands team. We have Joost again, and Peter, together with me, Frans. We are doing again a new podcast recording. So let's dive in. Erik, what happened on Friday the 13th?
Yeah, a lot happened. But I think Dutch time at 10 o'clock, the first customer calls. I lost my applications.
In the morning.
In the morning,
yeah.
10 o'clock in the morning. So just normal service desk. Is going to investigate. Let's reboot. Let's see. Didn't know anything about it. Then 2 calls, 3 calls, 5 calls, 8 calls, 18 calls, 80 calls. We have 10,000 workspaces. So then, there is something wrong. What's happening? Before we knew it was ASR, the ASR rules, we need to investigate. Then someone said, look at Reddit. There are many people having this issue. Look at Twitter. And then we saw, it's ASR rules. It's about an update. Okay, now we managed to block the update. So then we stopped spreading the new ASR rule update. But which laptop was involved, which not, which customer, calls keeping in. Someone was reinstalling Office I repaired it, I reinstalled Office, boom, again, icons gone. So it was really hard to get the perfect information. Then I also the Workspace Ninjas, in the app, in the WhatsApp, do you also experience some high load on your service desk and disappearing icons? Yes, everybody confirmed. ASR rules, audit mode, everybody has the problem. So, okay, we're not alone. But, yeah, it doesn't matter for the customer. So, many calls. Then, we put everything in audit mode. Due to some scripting, we were able to manage that within 2 hours. So, I think around 2 o'clock, we managed to stop everything. No updates and audit mode.
So it was 4 hours after the first call came in.
Yeah. So that was cool. But then we need to do the damage control. Then we made scripts to investigate if the Outlook.link was in the start menu. So we made a script for all laptops, for all customers, to see if the Outlook link was there. And then Microsoft and all other PowerShell, Twitter accounts.
The whole community.
We were busy on recreating scripts. And it was, so which script is good? The first version of Microsoft didn't work. So issues.
Yeah, but before we continue, there was an update. That update was impacting the ASR stuff. That was deleting all sort of LNK, the link files.
Yeah, not only Office, of course.
It's not. It was probably all LNK files that were in this. Yeah, in the start menu, I think. But
desktop.
Yeah, and that update was there was an update from Microsoft Defender.
It was a Defender update.
The engine or the signature update.
a signature update, I thought.
Yeah, it was a signature update, and I think was it the same day, almost at the end of the day, that Microsoft released an update of the
To fix it,
there were 2 or 3 releases coming through, and after 2 or 3 releases, it was fixed. But then you still have the issue that all the link files were deleted. So what you said, the whole community was active to get scripts. What was the actual script for you that worked, Erik?
In the end, we used an own version of the Microsoft variant because that was the complete and it was trusted, because there were all kind of pluses and minus. In the end, the Microsoft had the best script, and we trusted that script the most. So that we used, but the standard applications like Outlook, Edge, with all scripts we could repair that. But the problem was not that kind of application. It was, for example, the links with the parameters of a certain Java application with all the parameters. Who knows?
Yeah, or that certain application that no one used, but only that one corporate that is using that application.
And only once a month once a year.
Yeah. But did we see Joost on other ends? I have experienced it as well, but there was nothing happening on that day. But the next day, when I turned in the evening, I turned off my my PC or my laptop. And the next day I turned it on and everything was gone. So then I had to manage running a script and getting all my applications back. But did you see the same in the area with your customers?
Not only on my end myself. It was on Friday, I think, 2 hours after the first warnings we had. I was troubleshooting at a user of at a company, and my icons went away when I clicked on the company Edge portal. So that was fun. So I knew I had the same problem, so I can troubleshoot on myself as well. So that made it a lot easier, more capabilities and that kind of stuff. We didn't have a lot of customers because we were a little bit quick. I think only we had around 12 companies hit by the disaster, but we coped with it because we've got some other third-party tools helping us to open icons. So that was our rescue. So that was a little bit nice for us in our side. But yeah, Friday was the most disasterful day. But in the end, on Monday we did it proactively.
Yeah, it was Friday the 13th, so
yeah,
there should happening sometimes. Things like that. But we are recording also a series about the modern workplace, the modern management. If you are modern managed a workplace, then you are not covering a start menu. You do not build up a start menu with like the kick scripts that we had in the past, for example.
Preferably not, indeed.
Yeah, but if you had GPOs or kick script or whatever, then you didn't. Yeah, you was not impacted because you can reboot and then all the link files were recreated again.
Yes, but we had some customer incentive persons at our company, which made a custom start menu. It was also gone, and then the XML for the start menu you can deploy it via Intune. They were gone. So the customer was all the start menu. It looks different. That's a disaster for a customer. The discussion about start menus.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the complete computer was it was a virus. Everything was different on the computer. So that's the goal.
Yeah.
You have to manage that, and then before you can see, where is the XML? Where have we stored it? It really a headache. All all that tiny things to fix.
Yeah, but was the XML, if you're deploying an XML with your start menu layout to a modern workplace, was that recreated, or did you need to change that XML, for example, so the policy will be applied again?
The XML is purely pointing to LNK files or modern
Modern apps from the modern from the store.
So if the LNK file is gone, then you just see a blank square in the mail.
So the XML is only targeting towards link files, and if that link files are gone, what was happening, then you don't have anything in the start menu.
And that looks different.
Yeah, and if a user sees something else, then you have probably an issue because they are calling the service desk.
Yes.
Are there, when managing that, you had a script and you can fire that script to get back some link files, because we talked a few seconds about an applications that you're using once a half year, once a month or so. That's an application that was not in the list in that script, for example. How do you manage that?
Now, first of all, how did we deploy the script? It was not via Intune. So we needed to use third-party tools, an RMM tool, to investigate if the link files are there, because we have hundreds of tenants with small customers. So that was our problem. We don't have 12 big customers. We have more than 100 customers with 10 or 20 desktops in it. So that was our problem. Many tenants, many small tenants. And we have an RMM tool like Kaseya or a Datto Enable to manage it as a whole. And we used that tool to investigate and to deploy the link recreation. And the last is just handmade. So we have a separate team. We sent a mail. We did recreate a script that they can put it themselves. So via the external tooling, we made a video how to so we were looking at self-service and only the specials. It's for the special you have to call, and we had a separate number, so the normal desk operation was running, and there was a special desk for that recreation of reverse engineering of the links.
Yeah, so there's a difference between managing a few customers that are big, so you can probably run some scripts within a large environment within Intune or Config Manager, for example. But if you manage a large amount of customers that have a small amount of seats with Microsoft 365 for Business, for example,
yes,
then you probably need some other tooling. You say so, Kaseya or other tooling that are relevant to manage them. So there is a big difference between them. But on the other hand, if we have ASR, we are also from Microsoft, we are promoting using ASR because it's more secure on your workplace. What does this do with all the things that are happening in January, Peter? Good question.
Good question. It doesn't give you confidence that
that's it.
Around the management of the devices. And to be honest, there's also another way to, for instance, use deployment rings for the updates or for signature updates. You don't want to have deployment rings because they are normally giving you the information for existing or current threats.
You can deploy rings.
Yeah, but it's
all in a small window.
Exactly, and you cannot target specific timings to it. It's just you're in the beginning of the rollout or at the end of the rollout or after the current mass deployment. It's really limited. So
but if you have a feature update, you can create rings, ring 0, ring 1, and so on. But if you have a signature update and
you don't want to.
You don't want to, because a signature update can have a 0 day in it, and all that sort of kind of stuff. So what is the approach nowadays, Erik, to have ASR implemented or?
Yes,
advising customers regarding that?
Now our customers don't even know what ASR is, so we do it ourselves to secure the environment. But our approach is when you installing an update, what's the best time to install an update or an upgrade? And Intune doesn't have a possibility to revoke an update, very specific. And the update mechanism, we use also a third-party tool which can we can stop and we can revoke the update, and that's not part of Intune yet.
Yeah, but also for MDE signature updates?
Yes, everything through third-party tooling.
Okay.
Then you can improve and you can revoke. So update, we are looking not at the ASR part, but mainly at the updating. How can we manage the updates, and we can stop them, and we can revoke an update. So we can also revoke the update. So that's our approach, how we fix it.
Yeah, but on the other hand, enabling ASR first in audit mode, the people that have the ASR rule in audit mode weren't impacted, I guess. So if you're enabling that sort of that kind of ASR rules.
Yeah, but to be honest,
onboarding.
Yeah,
What you're talking about is more the onboarding of when you are going to use ASR. It's more the onboarding approach.
Yeah, but from that onboarding approach, is that if a customer knows what happened, the customers from Eric don't know even because they are managing the whole environment. But if you have a large customer that knows what happened, is this kind of stuff that happens, is that blocking them to enabling ASR in the near future?
no, not because of this incident. And I had a couple of customers which are in the process of moving towards full
ASR?
ASR usage, and they had the rules in audit mode, or the specific rule. But I don't think the customers will hesitate to enable it to.
Yeah, on the other hand, it gives more and more security.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what you try to achieve, making the device more secure.
And we hope Microsoft has learned something of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was in a few app groups also with a few Microsoft people, and the effort that they put into to solve this issue, that was huge from their end. So everyone can make a mistake, but the effort that they put afterwards to help customers also, that was impressive, and I think the community was helping in that way. But Microsoft is also an open company nowadays, so they are adopting things that were delivered by the community. So the script that you use is there an example of? Are there any thoughts about ASR and the next near future, Joost?
No, just use it, but not for the near future. I don't have any updates from our end. How are you going to use it, or our approach was just using it.
Still using and still advising customers in that way.
For sure.
Yep.
And what Eric said, hopefully Microsoft can help us with that within an Intune or other enrollments to see if you can block or revoke updates, if that is a mechanism that can be added into the whole configuration.
Yeah, exactly. Both Windows, but also MDE, of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Are we done with this? I think. So let's wrap it up. ASR, it's good to use, so it helps to secure your workplace on the Windows end, so it's not working on macOS and on Android and iOS, for example, but it's helping to secure your environment. So please look into that, and the problems will still be there, and not only with ASR, but probably with others in the future. So be careful, and hopefully we see each other next time in another version of this podcast, but in another actual topic. So thank you.
Thank you.